Hey guys, so I know I haven't been on in forever, but life has been super crazy, and this beautiful pup you see on the screen right now is one my sister got when she moved back in, and then she moved back out with it. His name is Mayhem. He is absolutely wonderful and beautiful. So I'm here to kind of try something different. I'm going to narrate PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So having that said, let's dive right into it. All right, so I just got in, and this is the third time I've played, maybe altogether. I have not played this game a lot, and as you can tell, I totally forgot how to start up a new game, and so here I am. And yeah, it's well, here we are. So I'm just waiting for it to load, kind of wondering, double checking all the controls, and making sure my recording thing is all set up because that's fun. Um, yeah. Sorry you guys have to sit through this. It's just I didn't realize I couldn't edit certain things, and honestly I'm kind of lazy, but that goes without saying, and I've had a lot of stuff to do anyway, so yeah. I read a good book recently, actually. Well, I'm reading a good book. If you ever get the chance, read The Magic of Thinking Big. It is surprisingly motivating, helpful, and it's like a lasting motivation, and it's taking control of your own motivation and providing motivation for yourself. It talks a lot about belief, which I like a lot. Alright, so this match was actually super glitchy. There's two matches because this first one was unique. And I'm running around double checking things, and then before I could even run to the tables, I was like, oh crap, we're starting. And so here I am checking the map and wondering where we're coming in from. And so I'm like, oh, well, you know what? See that little town down there in the bottom left? No one goes in the first town or something, or maybe I should wait till later. And it just didn't work out too swell for me. Because I realized, like, seconds after I dove, there's another person right there, and like three other people dove right next to me. I was like, well, this sucks, But you never get an entire town to yourself on a general basis in this game. So I was just like, you know what, let's make do. I'm probably gonna suck. And so I do my best. I go down, decide which the best place I want to be. I kind of shot for the fringes of the town because it was, well, everyone else seemed to be shooting towards the base, and I guess I didn't see something, and I didn't see someone. Uh, and so here I am. I came down, and you can see how weirdly glitchy it looks right now. And I landed, and I'm like, oh, okay, I landed. Maybe it'll load in a sec, and then I got stuck in this wall. And it really sucked. And so I literally couldn't move for the rest of the match. And this guy came up and punched me in the face till I died. And I think I punched back, but I just had no choice. And I didn't want to leave you guys with that. So I'm going to go to the next one real quick. Alright, so here I am back in the next match. I changed my settings to all low because I didn't want to get killed by the glitch again. And then I just launched another server, and I actually edited it for you guys because I didn't realize how the narration system worked. I'm a noob, who cares? It's YouTube. And so I just put things up for fun anyway. And so I try and get a weapon to test things out, and I'm running down the tables, and I see everyone's running that way, so I run this way, get annoyed that this guy's shooting at me, so I punch him a couple times, and I keep running forwards, and I spot that pistol on the top right table there, and I'm like, ooh, pistol, and just before I grab it, the person next to me grabs it, and I was just like, oh, why? Why? And then I'm like, well, I don't care, it's only spawning anyway. So here I am again, and over this island, which is the same map. I don't know if there's multiple maps in this, but this is the same map. And so I noticed we're kind of coming up there, and I look around. I'm like, well, the town's like 3/4 through the map where it's directly under me. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go to that small town? And it's like, nah. And then I figured, you know what? No one wants to go to the big town if it's a trek, so I headed that direction. And I'm double checking my map, making sure I'm going in the right direction to go to the big town right there, and hopefully they'll get some good looting. Don't know where the circle is, but hopefully everything works out. And I don't see anyone coming down with me when I'm going down, and so I'm like, oh, sweet, I get this town to myself. So I was super reckless about it. And so here I am, just diving, just, being me, being a bad A. And I think I shoot for, I look around, I see some guys behind me right there, but I don't see anyone like around me. I should be looking around more, but I'm not. Hindsight's 20/20, right? So I shoot for these two little hotel thingies, and I realize, hey, I got this big town to myself, so let's just loot everything. So I drop down, I keep running to that door, look around for some loot, your average looting thing, and playing on battlegrounds, which really sucks because I'm like, ooh, yay, a smoke grenade. I'm so ecstatic, and I'm like, ooh. Then I find this, which is awesome, and I stick with it for the rest of the game. I basically just pick up everything here, and then I double check what I got, and find out it's a shotgun, and I reload it because that's smart, because I don't always remember to reload things, and you end up screwing yourself over when you don't do that. I go upstairs, so happy that I didn't find a helmet and a pair of khakis to fend off the enemy this time. Then I find out I got an M16, pick up some of that ammo, I poke around, and then, I loot for a while, basically. I'll just skip to where there's some fun parts and cut out some more looting. Alright, so from here, the circle's closing. I've gotten a lot of looting done. I'm checking my map, seeing which direction I really want to go with the circle. And as well, it's not quite closing right now. But I realize, I'm pretty much done looting. I got a vest, I got my backpack, a helmet, and some boots, and basically some mods for my weapons. And that's kind of what I did. I'm like, okay, time to go. Love to stay and loot this town, but I probably don't have enough time. Want to play it safe. Don't want to be caught by the circle because everyone seems to be coming behind the circle, and I kind of want to go in front of it beforehand. And I've heard a lot of gunshots around me now, and a lot of people have died. You can see there's 58 people now. Doing some last minute, just double checking there's anything worth looting here, but I'm basically on my way out of the town. Yep, I check the shotgun. Doesn't look like it's the same good shotgun, so I just kind of leave that there and see what's going on. I'm listening, looking. I haven't seen any action yet. And put my mods on because I finally figured out how the inventory system works because it's been so long. Oh, gosh. Double check what that is. Realize I can go on my shotgun, then I put it over there. I see the blue circles coming in. It's not small enough for me to kind of calculate where it's going, but I think it's going to end up a little more southwest of me, so that's when I start heading in, because I don't want to be anywhere near that blue circle when it's coming down on me, because everyone's riding that blue circle, and I don't want to be caught. So I realized I lied to you earlier. Actually, it was about now that I decided to kind of head out of the town, and I'm definitely done with looting. I believe I'm gonna check that little outpost there, just because I was afraid of anyone coming out behind me, and to my left, I heard a lot of shots coming from that end, and so I was just double checking that no one was flanking me, and I just kept moving on, and I really hated going through this field because it's a big open field and anybody could nail me, which would really suck. And I heard a lot of shots coming from there, so I tried my best to stay in cover and just kind of sprint across, crouched. And in hindsight, I realized I should have uncrouched and sprinted because I realized that's a bit faster. But I just wanted to keep a low profile. So here comes a little outpost I was talking about that I came up on because I figured if any place would be good to shoot, this would be, because everyone's going to be coming in from the circle and it's going to compress eventually, and this will be a really good outpost for me. Find some good cover, shoot some people. And so I go to hang out here for a while. I don't think I find any loot. I might find a grenade or so, but nothing much. Oh yeah, I find gas, which I pick up. I don't know. I had space. Nobody picks up gas, but I figured, gas, I might need it. So I got here, I realized I got a holographic sight, which is nice, and then I started using it, and I just kind of camp out here for a while. So after camping out here for a while, I decided that, you know what, the circle's coming in, I don't see anybody, I'm gonna run out. And the circle actually wasn't really coming in, but I decided I should get moving because I didn't really want to run into 300 people being compressed at the same time, because that's just no fun, and it's not worth the kills to me. I'd rather the win over the kills, so you'll see that I oftentimes avoid a lot of fights that I don't need. So I decided to run across, I've checked my map multiple times now, and I've decided to run across kind of to these trees, and I think I changed my mind midway through and find some more buildings. Oh yeah, never mind. No, I run straight to these buildings and try and loot them, see if there's anything good. You never know. And so I'm running, I hear some gunshots to my left, but I don't really heed them. I double check the circle where it's going to be, and then I'm looking to my left, double checking there's no one there, because I hear a lot of shots, and so I keep running. And I decide not to go for those buildings right there. And I just keep running, sticking to the trees and staying behind cover according to where I'm hearing the shots come from. And I figure I should probably run towards it. And I know, not the smartest thing. And so I'm looking at my map right now thinking, okay, I got to get inside the circle. And I don't know which building I was going to go. And I was going to go the building on the southeast on my map. And I was like, no, this one's closer. So I stuck to this one instead. So I'm just looking around, checking my back. And I realized it's the red zone, and I have no idea what the red zone is. And I was like, oh, my map just turned red. That's fun. And so I look around, and I thought the red zone had, like, sometimes it's a drop, sometimes it's not, and I don't know what it was. So I got in here, and I just kind of hung out here for a while, wondering what was going to happen. And I'm not sure what I found. Oh, yeah, I found another backpack and some more ammo, and I kept to it, basically. Nothing really worthwhile. I wasn't sure whether this gun was better than my M16, so I kind of kept my gun. I didn't know what I wanted, so kind of kept to my shotgun in case I found anyone in there. And then when I hear explosions, I was like, what the crap is going on? And then I look outside, and I see them, and they are blowing up the place. I was like, whoa, someone have a mortar or something. Then I realized, oh, there's probably like artillery fire for the red zone or something, so I'll just stay inside, hope it doesn't kill me, because that does tend to happen. And I also realized that the white circle is getting close. I should probably move in some more and try and, again, beat the rat race that the blue line is. Now, I don't find anything good in this house, I believe. I just kind of sit there and do nothing. Looking out the window, seeing if there's anyone coming that I can quickly shoot off, maybe get some kills. I go outside, check the other building, see if there's anything worthwhile in here. Find another smoke grenade. It's not worth it, really, because I probably don't use them, and I already have some smoke grenades. That's the first thing I picked up. Look around this building and just see if there's still anyone coming, because I'm hearing gunshots over there, and I'm guessing there's two people fighting, but I don't know up there. So I decide to kind of leave that fight for me and run off, because it's just, let them kill each other. I'm not gonna get mixed up in that, and just keep an eye over there because I hear gunshots, making sure they don't poke over the hill and try and shoot me. Then I start sticking to the shadows because, well, shadows are always harder to see. And I'm deciding if I want to loot that building right now, and I'm looking at it, seeing if there's anyone in it. And I think I ultimately do decide to run into it. And the gunshots are to my back right now, just barely to the right. It's more to my right than almost front. No, yeah, to my right. So I decide to loot this building, and I was so surprised because I came in this building and I'm looking around, starting to loot. I heard the gunshots around me, figured they were occupied. I looked for pistols, I find all sorts of stuff. I grab another pistol mod for, I believe it's like an extra and fast reload mag pistol. And so I equip that. I should have gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I find some more ammo for me. I check this door. I wasn't sure if it's going outside, so I looked in the bathroom, and I heard some clip-clop outside. So I literally walked outside, and I was like, oh, and there's this guy. He wasn't even listening, and I just, like, kill him with my M16, because it was, like, the easiest thing. Like, he just walked around the corner, and I was like, oh, like, he wasn't listening at me, nothing. He just came around and just do-do-do. It was the coolest, easiest, and first kill I've ever gotten in this game, actually. Other times it was unfair and other people got loot. Again, I came at someone with a helmet and some camo pants, and it didn't end up well. So I'm looking through his stuff, and I find out he has some nice gloves, and I don't know how the looting system works yet, obviously, because I'm trying to drag directly into my inventory. So I go in the house through the hole, and I check out what's here, and I find some... Oh, what do I find? I think this is where I get my guns mixed up, and I switch out the guns. And so I'm just looking at what's in here. I find another thing for like an SMG, and it's like, oh, I don't need that. Find a silencer for my pistol, which is super nice. I found a muzzle flash earlier from the dude, got that to my gun. Double check to check the dude inside the house because it's safer now. And I find out he has some armored gloves, he has a hollow sight, he has a red dot sight, he has some really nice stuff. So I basically take that stuff, take my grenades, I get gloves, I get a level 2 police vest, where normally I had a level 1. I got a nice utility belt thing, and I was checking, he has kind of the same helmet I do. There's the fingerless gloves. And then I look, I'm like, huh, is there anything else worthwhile here? And then I believe I found some glass. Nope, I already got the glasses. And so here's where I'm trading out vests, because his is better. Although it's in the red, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a bar or if that's just like bad health. Either way, it's level 2. It's better than what I got. This is where I'm finding out, you know, what weapons I have. And so I said, you know what, I gotta get to the yellow circle, and I gotta book it because everyone's gonna be booking it behind me, and I don't want to be caught up in all their fire because I knew they were firing over there. So I decided to run across this field, kind of a dumb idea, but I didn't make a lot of smart decisions. I still don't make a lot of smart decisions, and sometimes you gotta run around fields, okay? So again, I stuck to the shadows. I heard a lot of gunshots off to my left at this point, and eventually, once I get in the circle, I heard a lot of gunshots to my left and my right, and I was kind of sandwiched in. So here I am, and I'm running forward, and I'm hearing a lot of gunshots over there. I'm thinking, oh no, what's up? And I looked at the map to see if there's any worthwhile buildings getting in there. Didn't find any. And so I saw a vehicle for half a second just go over that hill, so I just book it around a tree here and see if I can see anything around the tree or the rock. And for some reason, my recording got a little glitchy there. And I guess that's just how the game works, because it is a little glitch, and that's okay. And so I kind of book it around. I figure, you know what, I gotta get the high ground at least. So I'm looking around. I hear a lot of people over there. And now there's people off to my right as well, and they're kind of sandwiched in. And it really sucks. So what do? I just push forward. And I got my rifle out. I made sure everything was loaded as I was on my way over here, because, you know, it sucks when you gotta reload. And I'm hearing a lot of shots coming around. I think I saw a vehicle over there. And so I decide to kind of run to that little booth thing. And I figure, you know what, everyone's going to be there, and there's the game glitching again. Like, it's not that bad in game, it's just when it records, it records the glitches much worse. It's not actually that bad in game, otherwise I wouldn't play this at all. It just gets a little glitchy, the sound glitches, and it gets a little jerky, but not like that 1 second jerk, you know, it's like maybe a fourth of a second. So, there I'm running, and I hear a Jeep up to my left, and I hear vehicles. And then here I see another vehicle come down on the left. I immediately book it to this little whatever this thing is. I'm like, oh, you know what? I should probably check if that has any loot. Guess what? It has nothing, and the door's already open. So I see people over here. I hear them. I'm thinking, oh crap! I'm really sandwiched in now. I got people behind me and people in front of me. So I don't know where it's all coming from or where's the nearest one. So I kind of screwed myself over here. So I'm checking the map, making sure I'm in the circle, and I just kind of hang around. I notice there's 2 vehicles over to my left there. I'm like, okay, so there's definitely people around because no one just leaves a vehicle right there, right? And so there I am, and I finally uncrouch and just sprint to the next shadow and keep my cover because I don't know where anything is, which really sucks. I should have taken this a lot easier. And I believe I see another car around here. Oh yeah, I saw a little buggy. And then I come up here, I'm like, oh yay, a tree, finally, at least a little cover. And I'm looking around for everyone, and I don't see anyone. And so I'm just kind of camping, looking for people, expecting them to come from outside of the circle, because I'm totally expecting, because I've seen it so many times where people are just pushed by that blue line, and I don't see any. And I'm shooting at a car now, way far in the distance, and they were shooting, they came screaming in this way, and towards me, and then I started shooting, and they kind of pulled a U-turn and drove off. It was great. I realized I should have reloaded here. I think I did reload. And I'm like, okay, well, I gotta get some higher ground. I don't want to be falling in. But then and always when you shoot, you move, you don't stay there. So I got up to this tree. I don't really have a lot of time to look. I'm looking around the house, and then I see the buggy up there. I'm like, oh, well, there's got to be someone in that house. So I immediately pull out my grenade and throw my grenade. And then I'm looking around, and I should have looked around more, and I didn't. It does a little big explosion thingy. Here it is, glitchy again, but that's okay. And I didn't get a chance to look behind me. Next thing I know, I'm being shot at. I found kind of cover in here, and then I died. And that was that. So yeah, I hope you guys kind of like that different narration base and how things worked. But having that said, and that game, hope you guys enjoyed it. Whatever you do, never stop dreaming out there, and I will catch you later. Bye.